Hi guys, it's a little bit of a rant on a lot of your behalves. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about how dumb Americans are and that you've all got to wake up. And I've heard some really condescending sounding people, and yet they're spot on Christians, right? But they sound really condescending, like, you've got to take your country back. Are you all stupid? Are you all fast asleep? You're not. You're not. I don't think you are. I think there's a lot of people that are on a lockdown in their minds, but they're like, it's a chosen ignorance, but they're fully aware of the facts. I mean, if you're not this day and age, then, you really are missing it. But, like, I just don't like it when, as soon as everybody gets in, like, all these countries getting an uproar, you got people coming out like saying all Americans are stupid and all this, and that you should all wake up and fight for your country. Oh, so you're supposed to be some kind of flipping hero now and not let God do his work. He's got all those angels on him, right? He's not going to mess around. If he says something bad's going to happen to a country like Damascus, for instance, Isaiah 17:1, it's going to happen. If he says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. What are you doing telling other people to go around and reverse the process of prophecy, or just be a flipping hindrance or a nuisance to God by standing in the way? Right? I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do and trust in the Lord, because anyone in Damascus that's not meant to be there will be shipped out. Well, there have been. They shipped like 1 million people out altogether. So really, at the end of the day, the Lord's got your back, and I think there's a lot of lack of trust in the Lord. It's like, what, have you got to take up a weapon and shoot somebody in the face, have you? It's like, trust in the Lord. Yeah, he's the warrior. He's got his army, right? We'll be asked to do something at a certain time, but for the time being, let him get on with it. Just let him get on with his job, and those that are letting him do it are being called stupid, because they're just being classed as pacifists, right? And to me, I don't think all Americans are dumb. I mean, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to play the hero then? You're the one that's shooting all this crap at people, right, saying they've got to stand up for their country. What country? We've gone so far down the line that no country's a real country anymore, yeah? We've gone so far down the line, there's not a lot left of everything, okay? So we've just got to trust in the Lord to get us by, and stop clinging at this old world, man. Stop clinging. Stop grasping it, because you're clinging and clawing at it. There's no need. Let God do his work. Let prophecy take its place. Let him do his job. Okay? And if if you're meant to take up a firearm, he'll make sure, and you'll feel that it's inspired by the Holy Spirit to have one. But that isn't our time. That isn't our time to be fighting a battle yet. I know that we've got to at some point, but it isn't as in our condition at the moment, right? What are you going to do? Take out Obama because he's got all these, are you going to sign a petition? Because that's not, if these guys are a bunch of gangsters, what's a petition to them? It no longer stands anymore. It doesn't matter 3,000 signatures or whatever it is that you need, or 22,000 on another issue or what have you, they'll just scrap it. If you're a gangster, you're sat at the top, doing what they do, getting rid of everybody's rights and everything, right? And then somebody comes up and says, right, here's a petition with so many, you know what I mean? The law says that, you've got to take a look at that because there's X amount of signatures plus on it, okay? It doesn't mean to say that they'll take any notice of it. You know what I mean? Get it in the bin. You know what I mean? If you're a gangster, you're running the game, left, right and centre in each country. Saying, who gives a damn about that? Get rid of it. Chuck it in the bin. Yeah, we don't care. We've got a thing to do. We're going to carry on with it. I've just got a coffee going. Let God do his job, for crying out loud. Stop trying to pull off the old hero act. And all these people that say, we've got to stand for our country. You get some of them that are not doing anything anyway. They might have signed up the odd petition up online or something like that. What? Do you think you're the hero? Do you think you took out Obama? Do you think you've Yeah, what are you supposed to do? He's the tax raiser, Obama. What are you going to do? Wipe him out and like destroy his property? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a good thing that you do that because like Lucifer does that kind of thing to try and mess up God's plans, and you know, to me, are you doing the same thing? You know what I mean? Is it the same thing that you're doing? And it is. It's messing around. It's messing around with like God's plans. So these poor Americans, and they're like, I mean, it goes for any other country as well, but I hear it a lot more from Americans to Americans that you're all dumb and, you know, you've all got your eyes shut and this, that and the other because you ain't kicking the stuffing out of the president or shooting his head off, like, you know what I mean? Well, why don't you go over there and go and blast his frigging head off? Do you know what I mean? Why don't you go and take him out? Yeah, you're all like that, slagging off all Americans and that, and it's like, you know what? These guys have had enough as well. They've been worn thin. We're at the end times. Let God do his job. If he says your social security is going to get taken out of your system and it's a punishment, then that's it. You're going to have to find another alternate means of having some money. Yeah, and get on with it. Mark of the Beast comes out, we've got to avoid it. Well, I'm preparing now for that. I'm already like, you know, I've got a lot of cogs in the works on it. But it really stresses me out because, like, I look at these people in America and it's like, you know, they're not dumb. They're all saying the same sort of thing. Just let God get on with it. And if you trust in God enough, he's going to, like, let you. He's going to direct you right to every last aspect. Do you know what I mean? It's, I mean, it's even something simple like makeup. Like, I put makeup on, like, the other week, and I could just feel God, the Lord staring at me. And I heard this, like, you know what you look like, don't you? And I was getting really paranoid. Like, so, but you know what I mean? The Holy Spirit, I wasn't heavy with the makeup, but I just put a bit on because, like, I'm getting a bit older, like, getting a little crook. But I put a bit on, and because I was going somewhere, and I felt a bit, like, dull. He didn't like it at all. And I knew because the Holy Spirit was right there, and it was like it was him himself. It was like the Lord himself, because I heard those words. He says, "Do you know what you look like?" So I looked up like that, and looked out the window. I was like, "Okay, let's get these facial wipes and get this stuff off my face," because he didn't like it. I mean, I could wear some for work. It's not a problem. I mean, even when I was in the army, you could have a little touch up on your eyebrows, or you know what I mean, as long as it weren't too obvious, like a real light brown or something like that. But it, like, you know, he didn't like it. It was just clear to me he didn't like it. Right, the Lord didn't like it, so it had to go. So you know, you trust in him, because even something small he'll let you know about it. Do you know what I mean? You know, yeah, he's a warrior. Judgment is the Lord's, not ours. Okay, judgment is the Lord's. So first of all, you've got to understand that you've got to hand it over to the Lord and trust that that is his job, and be 100% about it. And then secondly, you know, stop trying to interfere with prophecy. You know what I mean? He says his people will do exploits, right? So where one thing goes, you sort it out in a different way. Yeah? Got a plane flying a bit too near. It's a bit weird. It's gone there. So basically, yeah, I do get a bit wound up because I think, you know, you poor people, you've had enough, you know, and it doesn't make you stupid because you didn't become a hero and start trying to screw up prophecy and, you know. I mean, Obama's a tax raiser. You can't go up and wipe him out. You know what I mean? What's that going to do? You know, the Lord will make sure that you don't. You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean by stand up for this country. I mean, why are you so patriotic now? The country's a mess. The world's a mess. They've got the 10 horns ready for the Antichrist to walk in, and you're going like flipping... Oh, you've got to be patriotic. You've got to be patriotic about it. You know what I'm patriotic about? My Lord getting what he wants and what he deserves, and getting his world back to how he wants it to be so he can be happy. That's all I want. I'm not sitting there scraping for what I want out of it. It's not up to me. I know that if the Lord's happy, everything's straightened out. I know that everything will be, you know what I mean? So I don't go around saying, am I saved or not? You know what I mean? Are you saved through works or faith? And this, that, and the other. And it's like, you know what? It's not even for debate. It's not even up for debate. Just behave yourselves, right? And get on with it and let the Lord decide, right? Just talk. talk to him personally. Don't go to a pastor or a priest or whoever they are. Do you know what I mean? Talk to him personally. If you are going to go to church, come back and talk to him on your own level, you know, and say, Lord, I'm just a little me, you know, I want to have a little chat with you and pray through Jesus, his son. And that's it. You know, it's, he'll guide you, yeah. I've trust in him, yeah. Don't listen to all these people that are screaming and shouting. I mean, some of them that do all this, that say all this and say you're all dumb, they go walking out in the street and causing themselves and yet they've got valid points to make beforehand, but when they get there onto the street with their megaphones, they start making an ass of themselves, and rather than making their what would seem like a valid point at the time, they're on the verge of getting arrested, or they get arrested. Do you know what I mean? Do you really want to cause yourself that much grief? Let God do his work and let the Holy Spirit guide you, because he will do it. You know, it's seriously, he will guide you even to the minutest detail, like I said about my Michael. Yeah, he's got your back. He's got your back, seriously. Yeah? He's seriously got your back. He's going to look after you. Okay? So it's not up to you to take up your arms. It's not up to you to do this, that, and the other. Let the Holy Spirit deal with you directly. An example would be, say the economy crashes, which it's going to. You've got a whole load of people. I live in a town now. I used to live in a village because like the economy. But, okay, it hits rock bottom, bang, it folds, everything folds, okay? And then your riots and everything like that, right? Now my workplace, where I work, I'm pretty much covered in that sense, even though they're new builds, because there's a Booker's right over the road. And I know it's a bit weird looking at it like this, but what's the first place that's going to be hit is the Booker's cash and carry. Because they've got all their food supplies and that, so that'll get caned before absolutely anything. So you'll be all right for a while, you know. So in that sense, I'm all right on this place. In that sense, I'm looking at it in a realistic fashion that place would be hit first. Then the example would be, say, like you've got all these people that where I live, for instance. I live right in there. Right in the town, I'll say a town ain't all that big, I don't think. But say like they're all scrapping for food, they want food, they're going to start kicking your doors in and things like that. Well, if you trust in the Lord, he'll probably get the Holy Spirit to just influence them into targeting another house that isn't pleasing to the Lord, yeah, and they'll just target it. I mean, he's done it before, you've disobeyed me, you'll have all your belongings taken, he's done it before. So the people that are ungodly, they might end up with a bigger house than yours, and that's why they got there, because they were not fair or something. I'm not saying all rich people are bad, but in my experience, I've worked with some people, and some good eggs like out of the rich. You know what I mean? There are some good people. But please stop. Just knock it on the head. Let God do his thing. We're at the end of the days now. There's no part of the world that's like really. You could probably go and chill out in certain areas, but it's going to be governed by somebody that's disagreeable, like each and every place. So, and they've run the whole world into the ground, and it's like, what are you going to do? Take them out and disturb prophecy? What you think your petitions are going to get anywhere? It's like, think again. They don't care. They'll just chuck them in the bin. Concentrate on the Holy Spirit and what the Lord's telling you to do, yeah? Instead of how you're going to fix it, because it's not up to you to fix it, it's not up to me to fix it, and it's not up to anybody to start calling a load of American people stupid, because that ain't fair. That ain't fair. I don't agree with everybody, and I don't disagree with everybody, yeah, and I'll say it as it is, and I don't get liked for it in some cases, but I don't care who you are. It's got to stop. Stop knocking other people. And yet you're sitting on your backside, not doing anything yourself. It's like, come on, man, you know what I mean? You think telling someone they're a loser because you think they're all blind or they're all dumb, yeah? That doesn't make you the hero. You're just sat there telling somebody, you're just telling the world that they're dumb. That doesn't make you the hero, yeah? Let God do his work. Seriously, just let the Lord do his work. Now is the time that we've got to, just concentrate on the Holy Spirit, not how we're going to rectify this, mafia run type world, right? You're never going to get your country back. You're not, because that's prophecy. This is all going to get run into the ground, and you've just got to trust the Holy Spirit to get you along. I lost my house. I'm in shared accommodation, right? not ideal, but the Lord's looking after me. He's just got me another room as well. For storage and that, so I'm doing all my, starting to store all my freeze dried and all that, like, you know what I mean? So when the economy hits, I've got a bit of oil in my lamp. So, right, no, that's about it. I don't think you're all blind, and I think, you don't have to be heroes, mate. We're babies, remember? He says we've got to be as, like, kids, we've got to be as children. You know what I mean? Not run around trying to blow somebody's head off or what have you. You know what I mean? It's like, leave it out, let God do his work. I'm not being a pacifist, because, like, hand on hand, if somebody, like, snuck up on me, I might have to knock them over the head with my mag light. But you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, if they caught me by surprise, bang, the first thing you do, isn't it, a reaction. Who the heck's that? You're in the dark, you're in pitch black, you're manning the place for 15 hours a night, you think, right, okay. If someone jumps on you, you probably would, and I think it would be the Lord that would make sure that you're all right out of that. But, like, in the 2.5 years that I've been in the security game, right, I've walked some really weird places. I've done some really weird gigs, right, that some of our supervisors won't even go near. Like, I'm not coming there, I don't want to come there, you know what I mean? It's like old factories and things like that that are going to be taken over by up-and-coming companies, and they won't even go there. And, like, I just walk around with no fear. Excuse me, I've seen people, spirits. I've seen spirits walking around, you know what I mean? It's like meant to be people walking through, you see them through the window. It's like, well, there's no one there, because there's only me manning it. 43.8 acres of land on one of them, you know what I mean? Somebody's walking past like, well, there ain't anybody in here, there was no kids in there. You couldn't hear anything stamping around neither. So I was only a few foot away from it. I was looking for the sight cap. It was like to see people, spirits and whatnot going around all the time. But, it's, I have no fear. I just don't have any fear. You know what I mean? So I think the Lord's putting that into me because, I don't know, because I trust him. It's probably because I trust him, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people say, don't you feel anything like, a lot of people go, oh, this woman doing here, you know what I mean? I stand my ground as well. I get all these people coming in, like, they want to drop the load off. It's like, right, you park over there, you turn your engines off, have a bit of respect for residential. If you ain't got any cars, you ain't getting on the side. That's it, simple as that. One guy tried to run me in. Tried to get his van and run into my leg. I said, come on, man. He could company you're worth prosecuting, mate. Carry on and bang up my legs, you know what I mean? And I'll prosecute you. But anyway, the Lord gives me strength to be able to stand my own ground in that respect. I don't need to shoot anybody. I don't need to do that. And you're not gonna get this country. You're not gonna take the country back. The whole world's a mess. It's like flipping. Like Satan's like big turd all over the place. Do you know what I mean? It's like prophecy has to go ahead, stop trying to stop it and calling everyone else a loser while you sat on your backside on the computer. It's not on. It's not on. You're not losers. You're good people. You know what I mean? You're just trying to figure all this crap out the same as everybody else. Yeah? So don't lose heart. Don't listen to them. Don't listen thinking that you're not doing enough. Just make sure you're doing enough with the Lord and lean on him 100%. And talk to him. He said, lay it at my door. You've got any problems, even personal problems, I'll talk to him about it. I couldn't before. It's only been about a year that I can, a year ago that I could start talking to the Lord about, like, real personal things, like, you know what I mean? And he got into my head and he's like, I've made an effort now, and he knows that I've made an effort. So it's like, I've killed a lot of things that I didn't want to do and whatnot, and got it out of my way. Because I trusted him, he was there for me. He's there. You just got to trust in God, seriously. Don't concentrate on the Constitution or anything like that. There's not much of that left anyway. So what you're scraping at, what you're holding on to, don't listen to these people that say that you're blind and that you're a waste of space because you haven't done anything heroic. Just let it go. Let it go. Just trust in the Lord, and he will direct you. Don't listen to man. Jeremiah 17:5. Just don't trust in any man. Don't make them, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Don't knock yourselves. Don't listen to these people that are saying it. They're not bad people neither. It's just I don't know why they're doing it. It's just like, what on earth are you being patriotic for? Would you see me with a British flag in my bedroom or something? It can get lost. You know what I mean? I couldn't care less. I want the whole world united. So I'm not patriotic. I want the whole world united. It doesn't matter about Britain. It doesn't matter about America. So I want the whole world united under God's rule, right? until then, just keep the faith and really just crave the Holy Spirit to direct you. Keep with the Lord, because He'll keep you right. He'll keep you right, mate. I've had no hassle on these sites at all. He's looked after me. I traded one career in for another, and for that, He's looked after me, and I know it's Him. And He's got me a good site manager to work for as well, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I went through a little bit of, you're bound to, you go through the ups and downs, you get people playing you up because you're a woman for a couple of weeks, and then you just see that you're getting on with it, and that's it. But other than that, well, you know, you're going to have your teething problems, and on any site or anywhere, any new place. But, you know, it's like I've got settled, you know, it took a while, but you've got to prove that you can do your job and more. Keep it all tidy as well, block any holes in your printers and whatnot. Just have a good look around, watch your back, watch their back, watch all the gear, see where it all is in the daylight before it is sundown. But anyway, listen, keep the faith, all right, and don't let them get you down. Don't let them drill into you and batter you about not being patriotic or being too, like, flipping, to say that you're complacent or you're just a pacifist or what have you, you know what I mean? I can handle my own if I had to, you know what I mean? But it's only if the Lord will it. Yeah? Right? I feel a lot stronger leaving things to the Lord, okay? Because I know He will sort out what needs to be sorted out. So don't listen to them, alright? Don't listen to them. Okay, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.